Now for the second session of my question and answers. For those of you who have put more than one question, I will only select one if it is chosen. Names will not be used in this answering of questions and answers, but the zodiac signs will be given to indicate your questions as they are the ascending point to your or the first house of your astrological chart, or in the area where your other planets are placed. Before I get into this question and answers, what I see and through experience, I will reveal accordingly. There will not be any fear or favor, just to make you feel comfortable if situations are not right. If it's a problem, I will tell you it's a problem. If it's good, I will say so. And you will have to bear that in mind when you want me to answer your questions. Now, I'll start with the first question that's been put to me. My partner has a very strange character. He seems to be troubled all the time, and he is a control freak. As long as I toe the line and follow to what he wants me to do and what he thinks right, then I'm on safe ground. There is peace, there's harmony, there's happiness. But this I do not find to live a natural life and to be naturally me. I feel like a caged bird. What is your opinion, and how do I resolve this situation? Your partner in life has Mars as the first lord in the 12th house in combination with the Sun. There's no way he's going to change his character. There's no way he's going to be all that cuddly, fuddly and bubbly with you just because you want your liberty, freedom, and to be you. Get real. If you're in love with him, you're happy with him, you have to accept the real him. But if you're not in love with him and you feel you have had too much and that's enough is enough and there's no more future, that you will take such an attitude, then you have to look somewhere else or build some other relationship or move in the area where your life can prosper and be happy. But only you can answer that question, and you got to be really you. So sit down with yourself and do a lot of in-soul thinking before you take your action one way or the other. Question number 2. My partner seems to be a clam-up person. I talk to him. I'm always doing the talking. He only nods his head and occasionally, yes, no, and that's it. That's all I got. Is this real? Is this what I'm going to get for the rest of my life? Your partner has Saturn and the Sun in the 3rd house. 3rd house rules communication, and Saturn affecting the Sun is exactly the manner and situation as you have spoken. He is more and internal person, rather introvert rather than an extrovert. This is not something new. It is something that is a trauma to him ever since he was in the young age. Probably he was from the old school, where children are supposed to be seen and not to be heard. And if they talk too much, they might get a smack on the head and are told to shut up. So he has been ingrained with this difficulty. But I believe there is hope in the future, when there's a lot of love, there's a lot of compassion, and with your nurturing and coaxing and telling him that it's all right to speak. You will not look foolish in my eye, you will not look assuming or presumptuous. I do not practice the old school of thought. I like to talk to someone where I can have an intellectual and in-depth communication. So don't feel bad. Should anytime you feel you want to express more what is on your mind and in your heart. And I think that's the way to go. And the problem will be solved. The third question is from a person who said that it is 6 months my woman has left me. She was the love of my life. Suddenly, everything just went scrambled and crazy, and she walked out of my life. We did have our ups and downs, but somehow or the other it was easy to resolve. But 6 months ago, it was a dead nail to the situation, and she's left me. I still think of her, I still love her very much, I still care for her, and I am hurting. Do you think there's a chance of us getting back together? And do you think it'll be a good thing if it does? Saturn is in your 7th house of the horoscope, so that rules difficulties and even separation. You have Venus and Saturn in the 7th house of your horoscope, and that brings about hard realities in love life, in money issues with your partner. So along that line, something must have gone wrong that causes this parting of the ways. If she come back to you, is that a good thing? You should be asking yourself that question, whether you are a good thing to her if she comes back to you. And never assume that everything should be ready-made and should be happier just because she comes back. It will be a false assumption. And one thing is for sure, she will not come back. Because, as what you say, the separation is a dead nail. And this was just one of your experiences in life. So that when you go on to new relationship, hopefully you would have learned something and build greater and better relationship. Before you know it, you will hear that she is with someone and is already intending to marry the person. Congratulate her, wish her luck, and move on and get real.